Good day, sir. Good day, classmates. I am Visitation Mariel Dingding, and my report is all about homophobia, transphobia, and AIDS stigma. When we say homophobia, it encompasses a range of negative attitudes and feelings towards homosexuality or people who are identified or perceived as being lesbian, gay, or bisexual. It has been defined as contempt, prejudice, aversion, hatred, or antipathy. Homophobia is observable in critical and hostile behavior such as discrimination and violence on the basis of sexual orientations that are non-heterosexual. Recognized types of homophobia includes institutionalized homophobia, religious homophobia, and state-sponsored homophobia and internalized homophobia experienced by people who have same-sex attractions regardless on how they identified. Religious homophobia, and transphobia are not born out of religion, according to one religious professor. They are the product of culture conditioning that they begins from the time that a child is born and assigned to pink or blue gender roles and expectation. Kay naa man mga baby kanang pag ipanganak sila ma-identify man jud na, bayi ni siya, girl ni siya, then kini siya boy. Pero pag modako na sila, makuan na nato nga nabilong dai sila sa lesbian ug sa gay ang ilahang gender nga ganahan. And state-sponsored homophobia, it is the hatred, hostility, or disapproval of homosexual people. Internalized homophobia is defined as the involuntary belief by lesbian and gay men that are homophobic lies, stereotypes, and myths about them. Example, iyahang identity iyahang gideny ug unsalan jud siya panalitan. Gay siya pero if naay person naay someone nga mangutana siya niya og ala, gay day ka nya maana siya nga dili kuan ko straight ko, lucky jud ko. Or other example if in a relationship siya sa same sex niya pra boy to gay inana tapos ang ilang relationship ilang itago tungod kay maulaw sila i-judge sa people. Muna internalized homophobia. And Transphobia is a collection of ideas and ay by the way ang homophobia kung ani siya kaning sila tong mga nabilong sa lesbian and gay nga maka-experience og discrimination kay naa man koy mga tawo nga if makasalimuha sila og kanang LGBT people dili sila komportable nga naa sila'y makastorya or masagol sa ilang grupo. Ila dayon nang murag kanang ilang hate kay na nila, ila nang i-discriminate kay kana siya lesbian, kana siya gay, kana siya bisexual or transgender ba na. Dili sila uyon ba, especially tong mga grand lulas-lulas nato ana. Kana ganing murag dili kay na sila mo kuan anang mga transgender person kay motuo sila ang gi-create ni God is girl and boy ra kana lisod kay nila ng dawaton ng mga transgender persons. And we will proceed to transphobia. Transphobia is a collection of ideas and phenomena that encompasses a range of negative attitudes, feelings, or actions towards transgender people or transness in general. Transphobia can include fear, aversion, hatred, violence, or anger towards people who do not conform to social gender expectation. It is often experienced alongside homophobic views and hence is often considered an aspect of homophobia. It is a type of prejudice and discrimination similar to racism and sexism And transgender people of color are often subjected to all three forms in discrimination at once. Transgender youth may experience sexual harassment, bullying, and violence in school, foster care, and welfare program, as well as potential abuse from within their family. Adult victims experience public ridicules, harassment, including misgendering, taunts, threats of violence, robbery, insisting that they must change their physical bodies to conform with societal perceptions of gender, and fall, false arrest. M- Many people unsafe in public. A high percentage report being victims of sexual violence. Some are refused healthcare or suffer workplace discrimination, including being fired or being transgender, or feel under siege by conservative political or religious group who oppose LGBT rights law. They also suffer discrimination from some people with LGBT social movement and from some feminist. Kaning transphobia, mao na ni sila diha ni sila maka-experience o kanang murag physical physicalo na gani sila tungod kay kuan sila kanang transgender sila. Kay namagoy ubang tawo nga kanang pasakita na sila or dili bukbukon or unsaon sila kay dili tungod dili sila dawat sa atong society. Kay naman jay mga tawo mo against ani nila maong dinhid sila maka-experience og kanang kanang pasakita na sila dili lang kay sa storya but sa buhat na mo na ma-experience na sa mga transphobia din na nila ni ma-experience naaga ni uban tungod sa kanang na-experience nila nga inana kasamara kasakit na silang life mo commit na sila mag-suicide i-end na nila ilang life tungod kay ang society dili mo accept nila or pa kanang pasakitan ra sila maayo inana. And the consequences of transphobia is that trans people struggle to live openly and comfortably in society because they will be experiencing the discrimination, hatred, and hatred out of the people. Mato akong giingon nga pasakita na sila in physically kanang bukbukon sila or unsaan ba sila. Munang makaluluoy juning mga kamanang makaluluoy ang mga trans people kay mo mostly kuan nila ma-experience nila naaga ni uban nga mga bayi pod mubuhat ana sa mga trans people ilang pasakitan tungod kay kana kuan lesbian sila, gay sila naapoy dili lang kay laki ang mubuhat ana nila but also ang mga girls pod. So we will proceed to HIV stigma. HIV stigma is a negative attitudes and beliefs about people with HIV. It is prejudice that comes with labeling an individual as part of a group that is believed to be societal and acceptable. Here are few examples. Believing that only certain group of people can get HIV. Making moral judgment about people who take steps to prevent HIV transmission, feeling that people deserve to get HIV because of their choices. HIV stigma and discrimination affect emotional well-being and mental health of people living with HIV. People living with HIV often internalize the stigma by they experience and begin to develop a negative self-image. They may fear they will be discriminated against or judged negatively if their HIV status is revealed. Internalized stigma or self-stigma happens when a person takes in a negative ideas and stereotypes about people living with HIV and start to apply them to themselves. HIV internalized stigma can lead to feeling of shame, fear, or disclosure, isolation, and despair. This feeling can take people from negative test tested and treated for HIV. HIV transmission HIV transmission. Most people who get HIV is through anal or vaginal sex or sharing needles, syringes, or other drug equipment. So ang HIV maka-experience po ni sila og discrimination. Kay naamay mga people nga if makabalo sila nga that person affected na siya og HIV, mukha na sila discriminate na nila. Mapalayo sila ana or if naa sila friend nga wala kabalo ilang sultian niya, dili ka mo duol-duol niya or inana kay basig matakdan kag HIV. Pero ang HIV dili na siya makatakod through anang droplets ra magstoryahanay mo or moduol ana. Dili na siya makatakod. Mo gani nang mo maka-affect ra na siya if makaget ra ka ng HIV through anal or vaginal sex or mag-share mo og needles, syringes, or other drug injections nga gikan sa person nga giturok niya panalitan ang syringes giturok gi-inject anang patient nga naay HIV tapos wala ka kabalo gi-inject pod ay nimo tina na ka maka-experience nga ma-transmitted ka sa HIV. Pero ang HIV dili na siya takod sa person nga makastorya ra nimo, makuyot nimo, dili na siya. So maka-experience pod ang mga tawo nga naay HIV nga symptoms anang discrimination kay syempre ikaw naman ron if wala ka kabalo nga kana dieng pag storya-storya ra nimo yan di na makatakod. Syempre mo palayo jud kapag naimaan nimo nga kani nga tawo na siya'y affected na siya sa HIV, di ba mo palayo jud kas imong kaugalingin kay naas imong utok. Hala basin yag matakdan ko ani nya magduol-duol ko ni ani. Mo nang maka-experience pa sila og discrimination. So that's all and thank you for listening to my report.